All right, you lot. Karlisa wanted me to have a chinwag with you about this mental health stuff. She reckons it's dead important, like more important than remembering where you parked your car at the supermarket. You know what I mean? Anyway, apparently everyone's feeling a bit down in the dumps these days. Depression, anxiety, all that. It's enough to make you want to stay in bed all day, innit? But Karlisa, she's got some ideas on how to get you feeling a bit more chipper. First things first, you've got to fess up to how you're feeling. Don't be walking around like a robot pretending everything's hunky-dory if your insides are doing backflips. It's all right to feel a bit naff, you know? We all have those days where you'd rather eat a plate of cold sprouts than face the world. It's normal, like having weird toes. We all got them, but we don't go showing them off in public, do we? So admit to yourself, yeah, I'm feeling a bit rough around the edges today. Now, if you're feeling like this all the time, like it's hanging around longer than a fly at a barbecue, then it's probably a good idea to have a chat with someone who's got more than 2 brain cells, yeah? I'm talking about doctors, therapists, those sorts. They're like mechanics for your brain, except they don't charge you an arm and a leg for a new set of spark plugs. They can help you figure out what's going on and give you some tools to feel better. This next bit might sound a bit boring, but Karlisa swears by it. She's been on this journey for a while now, and she's seen some amazing changes in her life. It's not just about looking good, but feeling good too. It's all about that healthy lifestyle. In it, you see, it's not just a trend or a phase, it's a way of living that brings long-term benefits. Eating your greens, going for a walk, that sort of thing. It's about making small, consistent changes that add up over time. I know, it sounds about as appealing as a wet weekend in Stoke-on-Trent, but trust me on this one. Once you get into the habit, it becomes second nature. When you're feeling down, your body's like a car running on fumes. You can't expect it to perform well if you're not giving it the right fuel. You got to fill it up with the good stuff, like fruit and veg, instead of stuffing it with crisps and chocolate. It's about nourishing your body with the nutrients it needs to function at its best. And a bit of exercise, it's not just about burning calories. Well, it's like giving your brain a good shake. It releases endorphins, those feel-good hormones that boost your mood and energy levels. Gets the cobwebs out, you know what I mean? It clears your mind, helps you focus, and even improves your sleep. So, ditch the donuts, grab your trainers, and start making those small changes today. You'll thank yourself later. And while we're on the subject of looking after yourself, let's talk about sleep, shall we? Getting enough shut-eye is crucial, like finding a tenner in your old jeans. It's a game changer. When you're knackered, everything seems worse, doesn't it? It's like looking at the world through a dirty window, so aim for a solid 8 hours a night. It'll make you feel like a new person. Well, maybe not a new person, but at least a slightly less grumpy version of yourself. Now, when you're feeling down, it's easy to get overwhelmed in it, like trying to build a wardrobe with those instructions that IKEA gives you. It's enough to make you want to give up and live in a cardboard box. So instead of trying to climb Mount Everest in one go, start with something smaller like making your bed in the morning or finally throwing away that moldy cheese in the back of the fridge. Small victories, see, they all add up. You know what else helps? Having a good chinwag with your mates. They're like a good pair of slippers, your friends. They make you feel all warm and fuzzy inside. Talking about your problems can really take the weight off your shoulders, like emptying out a heavy backpack. And who knows, they might even have some advice that's actually helpful. Although knowing my mates, it'll probably involve a questionable curry and a dodgy karaoke session. Right now, this next one might sound a bit out there, but bear with me. Karlisa's really into this mindfulness lark. Meditation, deep breathing, all that jazz. I thought it was a load of old cobblers at first, but she's convinced it helps. Apparently it's like giving your brain a holiday from all the worrying and stressing. Like switching off your phone for a bit so the battery can recharge. I'm still a bit skeptical, but if it means Karlisa stops banging on about it, I'm all for it. Speaking of switching off, let's talk about social media, shall we? It's become such an integral part of our lives that sometimes we forget to take a step back and evaluate its impact on our mental health. It's a bit of a double-edged sword, that is. On the one hand, it's a great way to stay connected with people. You can catch up with old friends, share your life's moments, and even make new connections. It's a great way to stay connected with people. On the other hand, it's full of people pretending their lives are more perfect than a perfectly cooked Sunday roast. And let's be honest, it's full of people pretending their lives are more perfect than a perfectly cooked Sunday roast. And let's be honest, nobody's life is that perfect, is it? We often find ourselves comparing our behind the scenes with everyone else's highlight reel. Nobody's life is that perfect, is it? The pressure to keep up appearances can be overwhelming, leading to feelings of inadequacy and anxiety. So if you're feeling a bit down, maybe give social media a bit of a break. It's okay to step away and focus on the real world around you. Maybe give social media a bit of a break. Disconnecting can be refreshing and give you a new perspective on what truly matters. Go for a walk, read a book, or do something that doesn't involve staring at a screen. Engage in activities that bring you joy and fulfillment. Or do something that doesn't involve staring at a screen. Rediscover hobbies you once loved, or try something new. The world is full of opportunities waiting to be explored. Your brain will thank you for it. Taking time to unplug can improve your mental clarity, reduce stress, and enhance your overall well-being. So, log off and live a little. You might just find that the real world has a lot more to offer than you ever imagined. Another thing that Karlisa reckons is helpful is keeping a journal. She says it's a great way to process your thoughts and emotions, especially when you're feeling overwhelmed or stressed out. Yeah, I know, it sounds a bit like something a teenage girl would do, scribbling away about her crushes and school drama, but apparently it can be quite therapeutic. It's not just for teenagers. Adults can benefit from it too. It's like having a good old moan to a piece of paper, letting out all your frustrations and worries without it judging you or interrupting with its own problems. The paper is a silent listener, always there for you. You can write down your thoughts, your feelings, your dreams, and even your fears, even what you had for breakfast. It doesn't matter. The content isn't as important as the act of writing itself. The point is, it's a way to get everything out of your head and down on paper. It helps to clear your mind and organize your thoughts. And who knows, you might even look back on it one day and have a good laugh at yourself. You might find it amusing to see how much you've grown or how your perspective has changed over time. Journaling can also be a form of self-reflection. It allows you to see patterns in your behavior and thoughts, helping you to understand yourself better. You can set goals, track your progress, and celebrate your achievements, no matter how small they may seem. Sometimes writing things down can bring clarity to a situation, making it easier to find solutions to problems. And the best part is, it can make you feel lighter, as if a weight has been lifted off your shoulders. So if you haven't tried journaling yet, give it a go. You might be surprised at how much it can help. After all, today I didn't even shout at the dog, and I think my journal had a lot to do with that. Listen, I know all this sounds like a lot to take in. It's like trying to eat a whole watermelon in one go. You're bound to make a mess, but the important thing is to be patient with yourself. Recovery is a marathon, not a sprint. There will be good days and bad days. Days when you feel like you can conquer the world, and days when you just want to hide under the duvet, and that's okay. Just remember, you're not alone in this. We're all in this together, like a big dysfunctional family. So there you have it. Karlisa's top tips for feeling a bit less rubbish. If you found any of this helpful, give us a thumbs up and subscribe to Karlisa's channel. She's always got something interesting to say, even if it does take her a while to get to the point, and keep an eye out for more videos on similar topics. We'll be covering everything from dealing with stress to making friends with your inner demons. Until next time, take care of yourselves, yeah? And remember, you're doing great.